Welcome back to the Beatstar. This is episode 6 entitled Inside the Belt. Um, I believe that we have a couple of notations, just updates for notability. We are currently no longer running on 4K, apparently, because my screen settings were on 4K. It was running the stream at 4K, which would cause people to have delays, lags, and slows. Thanks again, Solution, to babying me through how OBS works. I am an old head and I don't know how technology. Second thing I want to note is that we are, um, I believe, going to be taking a bit of narrative from what we were going to be doing Sundays, and I'm modifying the Sunday story. So there will be some adjustments as far as narrative goes, but nothing too crazy. And then last but not least, um, if I seem a bit muddled or confused or distracted, I apologize. I am certainly keeping an eye on all of the news that's been releasing regarding Cyberpunk Edgerunners 2, and I do have a window open to channels that I'm keeping an eye on. So, just I apologize. It's a lot going on in that space, and I really do like Cyberpunk a lot, as you may well know. You've been around the channel for a long time. But yeah, we're going to play Starfinder now. So last session, as you can see, the Longhorn landed on the planet of Haru, specifically in the I can't remember the name of the city. Um, did we name the city? Does anybody have anything in their notation regarding the name of the city that we landed in? I know the name of the bar. I just don't know the name of the city. Um,
We didn't name it. I
yeah,
don't have it.
yeah, I don't think we did. Okay, so then quick naming process. John goes to his notes to his extra random names of naming 10. We're gonna call this one. Um, we're gonna name this one Kingsport, and I will so rename this folder Kingsport. So Kingsport is a location on Haru's surface, activating, and it is a port city, hence the name. It is specifically where the hegemony has set up a fabrication process for crafting starcrafts. Um, Mostly larger battle cruisers like claymores, but definitely a lot of smaller work indeed. According to the narrative that we have set for the Sunday game is blowing up that facility. But because we've had a lot of, again, it's summer starting up, there's a lot of activity going on, so we haven't had the scheduling fidelity that the Tuesday group has had, which again, not mad about. I understand life happens. Please don't take that as like a jab or anything. I understand it's fine. But to make sure that the narrative continues, the situation therein has happened. And it's happened perfectly to whatever they are planning to do. We're just keeping that the way it is. So this was the location that you were set to meet with Chemical Steven, who is a well-known fixer for the rebellion against the hegemony. And he wanted you to meet at a bar called the Good Monson, which is located here. That location is a night, kind of like a nightclub slash bar, and you'll be heading that way right away unless there's anything prior to going to that situation. I know last session we kind of ended with saying that's where we're going to start, but I want to make sure that I give you every opportunity, preparatory or just narratively, to kind of set up yourselves for going into this scenario. So I'm leaving the table to you. If you have any questions directly for me, I'm here for you.
How long has it taken to get here?
So it was about half a month. So you should have a bunch of rests through. You should be back to full health, um, and everything should be on the good or on the up and ups. And then the people who are going with you to the bar would be Calliope, aka Pete. Shout out to Artie for letting us use that character. And also the rebel forces, the guys that you found who were almost exterminated by the hegemony on Uraj. Or yeah.
And in that time, could I have made a new drone? And if I need to give you UPBs for it, I will. Because I want to go and take my drone.
Absolutely. And I do recall that I said I was going to get you the cool drone from the Sheipaku map, but I was a complete
Okay.
and utter failure in that process. So whatever updates you have in that, just update your current drone. I am going to put to you a promise that I will have it by next Tuesday, and then I'm going to put it to Brent, my most reliable ride or die. If I do not post a picture of that drone by Monday, I need you to shout out to me in this chat. Appreciate you. You are my favorite. Any other questions? Anything else you want to resolve to start?
For the going to the place, I would love to take a hacking tool that we have on the ship.
Okay.
And if anyone needs to take one of the comm units as well, so that we can talk to each other this time.
You should be able to. Anything
Don't worry, I have telepathy.
Anything that's on the.
I also have telepathy.
Anything that's on the Longhorn, you should be able to open its sheet, pull it to one side, open your own sheet, and drag and drop anything that's on your ship onto your sheet.
Okay. Thank you.
Mm-hmm. And let me know if that doesn't work, and I'll make sure to make it happen.
It has worked. I have a hacking and a comm.
Love it. Anything from anybody else?
I took the med patches just in case.
Okay. Now, as I did with Artie, I did ask her for permission to use her character in upcoming things. I didn't ask in DMs because I thought it'd be funnier to do it on stream. Brent, I will be featuring a character of yours from a past series of the Scum and Villainy / Starfinder games here. Is it okay if I use Rook in this process?
Who?
Isn't his name Rook?
Oh, Rhino?
Rhino!
Yeah.
I'll adjust his name. What's
we out of hacking tools?
Are we out of them? If there's not any others on the ship, it would seem so.
I'm gonna steal that name Rook, though, for later.
It's a good one. It's like Brooklyn, only shorter. Okay, noted. Rhino. He's called Rhino because of the wound on his head. Why did my notes say his name was Rook? Anyway, moving right along. So, if you are entering into the Good Monson, I'm going to give you a couple of moments just to see if there's anything else, but once we're locked in, we're locked in. Anything else anybody wants to put onto the table here before we go in?
No momentum or favor. I'm just going to grab one of the med kits.
Okay. Yeah, absolutely.
I'm good.
Okay, solid. I'm going to go ahead and move you to the scene. This should put you down towards the bottom here. And basically, this is the approach. The location, the front door of the space, is kind of off the beaten path through a series of kind of winding streets. The architecture of Kingsport is very old styling. The Haru basically didn't build buildings, they grew them. If you are savvy on Morrowind, like Elder Scrolls. Obviously, Brent's eyes and ears just perked up.
Hell yeah.
But they basically just grow their structures. So there are some locations that are towers that have like a very tree-like look to them, and this building is not an old structure. It does look like the building is actually made of metal and stone and rock. Um, oh, hey, Zach. Um, the third Zach, the Zach with a K. The structure in essence is, it looks like it was kind of just dropped in. A lot of the buildings around it are of a older variety, and this kind of back alley nature, very similar to like walking around in a forest, but at the same time it has a very kind of like old city kind of feel. If you've ever been in kind of like an old city where you're walking around like narrow alleyways or smaller kind of like, walking paths, that's the vibe. Um, the door itself is pretty massive, but currently just wide open. And if you want to go ahead and move around the corner and walk on inside, there are a number of people who are present inside of the space. It does look like it is pretty well populated. It does look like there is one individual, human woman, working the bar, and most of the individuals who are present here do appear to be human. I'm going to go ahead and have, I'm going to say probably the most battle savvy individuals in your group would be Brent. Ross, I think, would be someone who's kind of like aware of possible danger or threats. And I'm going to say that Twee is probably also someone who's like aware. And you know what? I'm also going to say our Italian is going to be on board too. Smalls. The three of you, go ahead and give me perception rolls.
I think you added me just so I would roll poorly.
Yeah, I do love to see you roll like terrible on dice. That's literally whenever I'm asking you to roll something, it's just so I can get a good quick laugh.
It's a solid below 5 on average, I'm pretty sure at this point.
Yeah. So Twee not so aware, Smalls not so aware. Ross, a bar is your scene, right? Like this is kind of a nightclubby vibe. You walk in and you're like immediately looking for the fuzz, looking for problems, looking for things that are kind of not going to be on the level. In the top left corner there, you should be able to see that there's a group of armed and like armored individuals who are kind of like sitting at a table. Their helmets are off, and there's kind of like a plethora of different species that are present there, or ancestries, and they're enjoying cups, and it appears that they are also enjoying, it's kind of a smoking device. It's known as soup, and you'd be aware of it. It's a drug that's said to kind of be made out of like the whey essence of people who are in pain, effectively. It's like it's kind of like an elation or that kind of end of the pain relief feeling that you get just by drinking or sipping the soup, or smoking, really. You'd also notice that in the top right corner, there does appear to be a booth that's been cordoned off. It looks like the seats have been kind of blocked away, and there's a big guy sitting at the end of the bar, and you can see Chemical Steven sitting in a shady, kind of shadowy corner by himself, kind of looking towards the door.
Yeah.
Pete will walk in, kind of looking around. She absolutely looks like a tourist. And then for the rest of you, just we'll go one by one. We'll start with Ross, since he may instruct you to all come with him, or he may go off on his own. What are we doing, Ross?
Yeah, I'm definitely guiding Pete so that they don't look as much like a tourist. You know, we don't want to stand out more than we already do here.
100%.
And start heading towards Steven's area.
Okay.
I'll let the rest of the party do what they want, but I'll just have some of them stay close by. Like, Game, for sure, I'm just going to have him, like, if he doesn't object, set, like, right here and just kind of, spin in a chair for a little bit.
The crew that came in with you, the soldiery, the rebel guys, they're going to go ahead and just grab a booth. Like, they don't even ask for permission, and they're immediately on, like, the data term and, like, are ordering stuff. Um,
Yeah.
but yeah, you and Calliope will head over that way, and then I'll go to Chandler. You see the boss heading that way with the package, effectively. Where would you like to head if you want to follow after them, or if you want to take interest anywhere else?
I'm genuinely gonna pop down over here.
Okay.
Good one to do it at, basically in that seat, just near the door. Yeah, you're gonna do the whole weird move.
If you hold shift, you
Just
can just put it anywhere, and it removes you from the grid.
but just there, just to watch over the entire scene, have a very good visual of the door that cuts off visual to me.
Got it.
Good thing, send him through.
Okay. Let's go with Geem. You were instructed to sit here. Do you wish to do so, or do something else?
When was it?
Okay. So, Geem, the chairs are obviously of a height, but you see that there's a kind of lever on the side, and Ross, being familiar with these kind of establishments, will actually pull the lever, which causes it to descend down. You sit on it, and when you pull the lever, it kind of pops up. It's like, you know, the office chairs with like the hydraulic structure? Imagine those if they actually worked. That's what that is. Then it'll go to Tweet.
John, I see what you did here, and I'm upset Jim is not in this group.
Yeah, Jem's a musician. She's kind of doing music.
I'm going where Ross goes.
And listen, I have Cyberpunk on the mind, okay?
I know, but where's Jim?
Also, as a reminder, canonically, Accounts of the Night Beast, the Beastar, and the Night Beast all take place in Cyberpunk. They are a show that is being filmed in our version of Night City. So, who's to say they don't get extra work? Okay. You were heading with the Ross. And then last but not least, Esso.
No, he's just gonna follow Ross.
Okay. Seems like do what you want means continue to serve. Okay. Calliope, when she walks up here, you see this man kind of look at her and say, "Hey, Pete." And she'll go, "Oh, hey, how's it going?" And she'll say his name correctly and say Rhino because she knows his name, despite me not. She sits with him, and they seem to be kind of like, you know, chatting for a bit. You can kind of listen in if you want to and kind of turn your direction that way, or if you wish, you can move to sit with Steve.
I'll move to sit with Steven.
Okay. He looks at you and says, "Ross, pleasure to meet in the flesh." This
I gotta move in closer.
This is your companion, Tweet. You kind of slide in that awkward, you know, booth shuffle that
like,
nobody could ever do correctly.
Yeah. Like, he sat down like cool as hell, and then as soon as he seen everybody else behind him, he's like, oh, ruined it. He had like slide over.
The wobble.
Yep.
Okay, and then Esso, it looks like they both kind of make way for you to have a seat there, where it would have been cool to sit. So, do you wish to sit there and be cooler than your boss? Or are you gonna stand up?
He'll start standing and then look at them and be like,
Hold shift. You can place it off grid.
"That's what it is. That's what I meant." And he'll put one arm around the side and then cross his legs and act cool.
And Steven will kind of look at you, Esso. And there's this kind of like, you're pretty cognitively aware, but it definitely looks as though he's kind of giving you, like, he's looking at you as if you're someone he knows or someone he's aware of. I think the proficiency I would like for you to roll in this instance would be a perception check. Okay. So you're pretty certain that what you understand yourself to be and what you've been told you are is something that isn't known to a lot of people, but something about the way Steven looked at you, to you, guarantees, confirms in your mind that he knows what you are. He knows where you came from, and he might know a bit more about you than maybe even you know yourself. And again, for those who are not terribly familiar or weren't here last week, Chemical Steven is this guy. And very similar to the picture, he does appear to have a pistol in his lap or kind of hidden away in his arms that are crossed. He looks at you, Ross, and says, "Pleasure to meet in the flesh. It's good of you to come. I definitely have a matter that I need resolved quickly, and, well, having a mercenary company fall in at about the same time this emergency arose is fortuitous, to say the least. Thank you for getting Calliope back here. Really appreciate it. And I will be able to pay you directly. I have gotten a bit of communication back from Billix and the main individuals that need to be returned there. You're welcome to ignore my job and head off with them, but I will be paying you for those who will be remaining here, and they will be no longer Billix's charge." What was the rate that he was wanting to pay you for them?
He was paying us 1,000 a head.
1,000.
Okay, out of character, was it 1,000?
No,
Oh.
but
I was like,
if that's
that
what's gonna
sounds-
play.
That sounds aggressive. I'm gonna be honest with you. From what I've heard of prices in this world.
Steven looks at you. 1,000. What?
It was 100 per, and then 500 for Calliope.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. So, out of character, above table. Obviously, you would know that in character. I'm going to pause, though. I want to make sure that we understand. I don't want to take any agency from you. The number that you said was thrown out flippantly, and I appreciate that. I enjoy it a lot. Do you want to stick with that? Do you want to change it to be a number that is not the correct number but is higher, and you're trying to basically, swarm me? Or do you want to just go with the exact rate?
I will change it to be 200 a head, and 6 for Pete.
You would see Steven kind of nod. 600 for Calliope's fine. But I think I can only afford 100 for the soldiery. Is that sufficient? And if it
Good
isn't,
enough for me.
if it isn't, we can go into proficiencies, and you can attempt to try and negotiate your rate. That would be baby cat move. I'd say we would be going with a society roll. Otherwise, you can just take what's been offered.
Yeah, I'll take what's been offered. I'm already getting 100 more than planned. So.
Okay. So you would see him place a cred chip inside of a data term, tap some numbers. It looks like he's in some sort of account, and then pulls the data chip or the cred chip and slides it over to you. Go ahead and add 900 to your sheet. Regarding the others, I believe that he's interested in having them brought back to him directly. However, I do have business here for you. If you wish to retreat back to the other side of the belt, understanding your situations as I do, I'd understand. However, the work I have for you can be quite lucrative.
A couple extra days over here shouldn't hurt.
As long as you are willing. He smiles and will pull out a data tablet and slide it over to you. This planet is known for its very diverse grouping of individuals. The Haru left this planet hundreds of years ago, so they say. And they left it for another system. The people who have taken up home here on Haru are varied, and unfortunately their loyalties are very skewed. As we understand it, the rebellion itself is also a mixed loyalty grouping. Very uninvested individuals or very self-serving individuals will oftentimes raise the banner against the hegemony, bringing in individuals who could have put forward their talents towards something a bit more decisive, a bit more fruitful. But unfortunately, they have got in with the wrong crowds. Some individuals will even fight against others. And unfortunately, this type of infighting causes us a bit of a, well, serious issue. It definitely strikes away the sincerity and seriousness of the matter. If we should be against something, we should be able to work together for common cause, instead of squabbling about the specifics of why that cause is necessary. Mind you, people who are absolutely and utterly befouled in their motivations against the hegemony, be it because they wish to take over and become the rulers of the universe, or because they are completely racist against the main denizens of the hegemony, be it human like us, or even deeper into the core worlds, the more exalted Xenos. The matter is a bit harder to kind of deal with. I don't want to mess around with those types. But unfortunately, one of my allies has fallen in with them. And when I say fallen in, has been taken by them. She presents a very serious problem as well, due in part to her nature as a Urbot. Well, she's not fully an Urbot, but she has properties in kind with the Urbots. Needless to say, damsel in distress story. Seems like gestures towards Calliope. You're good at rescuing fair maidens from horrific events, although this one probably doesn't need saving, more or less just recovery. My ally has been taken by a rebel group that's here on Haru. They are very well defended, and they have alliances with the fleets that have control here, specifically the Samarothi. My hope is that you will go to the fortification that they are holding her in, or rather, that she is currently at, and persuade her to leave with you back to this location. For the attempt, he shrugs 1,000. For a success, 2,500. And to sweeten the deal, no matter which way you choose, just for staying and trying, I will repair your ship to the best of my ability. I have some Haru engineers in my stable, and they should be able to assist your ship in its repairs. I'll also update your ID tags so that you won't have as much issue moving from this side of the belt to the other. Sound like a good enough deal, Captain Ross?
Sounds sweet to me.
Sir.
Gestures to Esso.
I couldn't help but lean in to across Twee. Sorry, Twee. I couldn't help but when I met his glance, I noticed that he seemed to recognize me. Could we also ask if we could get any information on what he may know about me as well?
Steven
Oh,
kind
you're
of
talking to me, not Steven. Okay.
Steven kind of shrugs and looks at Esso, then looks at Ross. I am familiar with the Urbots, specifically ones that are imbued with way sensitive cores. As I understand it, you probably found this one in the Cambion at some point. I'm hoping not in your most recent endeavor, as that
No.
would definitely put. Okay, so you've had this. I'm sorry. How do you present? Stephen would ask SO directly.
SO, if you would.
More specifically, pronouns.
They, them.
Thank you. I'm assuming that they came from a secret monastery inside of the Cambion, but you've probably found them in some other state of affair. The nature of the parish is known to me, and it is an unfortunate circumstance that I am also aware that the individual I'm sending you to go and attain may have had business and dealings with the parish of the Undying Light. She is a human who has bonded with an Urbod. It is a situation that has yet to be replicated, but my understanding is that the parish where you came from, they are aware of her and have done some exploratory research on her being. Of course, with her consent.
Could not imagine what that would be. As they were rather rough with me.
As I understand it, there are some amongst the Church of the Stellar Flame that don't see Urbots as a souled being or an individual worthy of rights. It is very much.
I am well aware.
It is very much the case that we have long since understood that synthetic beings, even those created by the forebears, do have a sense of individuality, which, for all intents and purposes, though artificial, does appear to have a light to it. Anyways, the nature of your structure, the core that you have inside of you, I do know that it came from the individual you're seeking, and she may be able to give you more information regarding your generation, your genesis. Asked and answered. Any other questions for him, Twee? I know you're there also.
No.
Nothing?
No, I'm good with the job. And as long
Okay.
as SO ain't got no more questions, then
Okay. SO, nothing else?
he said be right back, so I'm gonna assume no.
Yeah, that's probably a negatory. Okay. Then I'll move to let's go with Chandler. Chandler, go ahead and give me a perception check or a society check, whichever you feel you're better at.
Oh. Let me check society's at. It's definitely society. I needed it too, so that's good.
Okay. So you've been sitting here kind of keeping an eye on everything. What you'll notice is that these individuals that were kind of spotted by Ross and seen as kind of a potential threat, they appear to be members of some armed force that they are collectively a part of. They look like they're completely uniformed together. It's very understandable that there's some sort of squad or detachment for whatever larger military body that they are a member of. With your check, you would know that they appear to be a part of a PMC, which would be like a private military company. The company in question is affiliated with the Concordiate Knights, which are a hegemonic cult of the Way, but they are corporate, so they are not a part of that Concordiate Knight group. They are like a segmented hireling group, or sell guns effectively. And the name of that group is the Aeon Guard. And yeah, they appear to be drinking, souping, and hanging out over in the corner. Very much looks like they're on some sort of rest and relaxation or leave at the time being. The other thing you would notice with your check is that the individual that you rescued on Uraj, the gentleman who had his own ship, whose name you may or may not have written down, or I may not have ever even given out, he is located here.
Oh, fire pilot boy.
Yep, looks like he has a big backpack. His weapon's on the table. He's got one cup. Everybody seems to have multiple cups and have been drinking for a while. It looks like he's either giving them back or, being refreshing. And then he has other devices on the table with him.
Okay. I mean, I'd pop over and say hi.
Okay.
I think we did get his name. I think his name is
Yep.
Freeze. I have it written down as Freeze, name of the space cowboy.
Mm-hmm. That's correct. So the individual you know as Freeze will kind of look over at you. Oh, hey. The hell, you following me?
Well, no, we kind of had a bit of a drop off and see what we were doing next. Looking over, leading over a little more, seeing his kind of sprawled out nature. You making plans or something?
Just stopping in, and the bartender's actually right there. She looks at you. Can I get you something?
I'm just gonna be as trashy as I am in real life. Just give me a Long Island.
Yeah. She slurs you up a beverage. That is the space equivalent of a Long Island iced tea. We'll set that in front of you. While that's being served up, he kind of keeps to himself quiet, and when she kind of looks at him, he kind of gives her a look. Your society roll from before lets you understand that they seem to be aware of one another in a more kind of intimate way. I don't mean that like they're friends, but I'll just say it that way. And once
You
she's
waiting
gone,
for her to get off the shift or something?
once she goes over, he'll say, "Oh, no, Dolly, no, she's nice enough." And he shrugs. No, but yeah, I am planning on moving on. I have some business on the other side of the belt. Unfortunately, I didn't have enough fuel with what was left back at the station on Mirage to get to the other side of the belt.
Well, I'm glad just to see that you made it out in one piece.
Thank you for thank you for the rescue. I appreciate it.
It's mostly the captain, but what were you doing on this side of the belt if you're so eager to jump over already?
Well, it was closer. 15 days this way, quite a bit farther out to get to Diva, and that's not including, time spent trying to get through all of the security checkpoints that side. It's a lot easier to just pop and land here. I mean, Hegemony has some people here, but limited, small. I believe this is the only place where they really have any presence.
Oh yeah, we wouldn't be here long term if they had a big presence. So
Yeah. But my goal is to get back to the other side of the belt, but unfortunately I don't have a means of getting through the jump gate, so I'm gonna have to do it the long way, so.
when he says he doesn't have means to get through the jump gate, does he mean that like his ship isn't incapable, or he doesn't have the documentation?
Yeah, so you're pretty sure that the ship is capable from what you saw, so their only rub you can imagine would be a documentation issue.
I may know a person to help if you needed some documents or anything of that nature to get things moving a little quicker.
Not gonna say no, but could be more of a problem for you if you get too connected with me. You sure you're okay with that?
I'm connected to my captain. That's more than problems than anyone else can bring.
Seems like a nice enough guy. All right, well, I'll take you up on your offer. Tell me what you need from me, and I'll give it to you. Just help me or to help you along.
I'm guessing this part where I become part of the DMV and basically ask for what would be needed to forge this documentation.
Sure.
So to keep it as close as possible without jumping the gate.
Since you've already kind of accomplished a similar task, you kind of already have because remember you kind of made your pathway. You kind of know how to go about it, and so you're able to kind of pull the information from Freeze here that you would need to be able to kind of turn his spaceship into a different spaceship, basically like the VIN number, what have you.
Yeah, I would get that set up and be part of what I'd be doing during downtimes and things of that nature to get a good turnaround for him.
Okay. So yeah, I'll go ahead and have you make a hacking roll for me now, or a computer's roll for me now. This won't be something that happens immediately, obviously, but it is something that is on the table, and we have the rollout for it. Okay, so we know about how long it'll take and what the effects there. And it was higher than a 5, buddy. Okay, count your blessings here.
Yeah.
Okay. Moving on from you, we'll go ahead and cut to Geem. You're the only other person that wasn't taken over to the side.
I 100% get Geem a Long Island iced tea without him knowing. Like, I purchase it and send it over.
Okay.
I don't know if he drinks it all. I'm just doing that.
So, Geem, you're sat there, and you can definitely, with those big, floppy, derpy ears, kind of hear conversations that are going on and around you. There is a man here who looks like a fox person who seems to be talking on some sort of hollow caller and just kind of going on at length. There are a pair of humans that are kind of going back and forth in kind of discourse. And then there are two human women kind of north of you who are quietly whisper talking to themselves and seem to be occasionally looking to their right and behind them at the table and area in the northern corner. Which one of those three would you like to focus on first?
To be honest, the captain told me to sit here. As of the moment, I really just want to listen to him.
Okay. So you're just sitting there kind of like feet kind of like hanging off the big chair, kicking.
I'm playing like the lever going up and down the chair, spinning.
Yep. Eventually, you kind of see out of the corner of your eye Smalls get up, move over to the bar, sit. You look over. You're pretty sure you've seen that guy before. I'm not going to tell you if Geem recognizes him from that long ago or not. And then eventually a woman comes over to you and says, "Here you go, little guy," and will set a drink in front of you. Have you in real life had a Long Island iced tea?
Nope.
All right. Well, one is placed in front of you, and I highly suggest never drink things that are worth drinking. Oh, Long Island. Actually, I'm gonna stop myself. Long Island iced tea.
Depends on who makes it.
Yeah,
Long Islands are great.
They're not bad, but like
if they make it right, it's great. If they don't, it's not great.
It's just
I drink straight whiskey when I drink. Okay.
Get you like an Amarillo sour, you're gonna have.
Oh, then you're fine. You're fine.
Yeah.
It's literally just 4 types of alcohol with a little bit of lemonade.
And a little bit of Coke. You can't forget the Coke.
For sure.
I don't want the Coke in it.
So your hand, that is placed out in front of you, and then she kind of says, "There you go. The gentleman over there in the suit ordered it for you," and she'll walk away. Back to her business.
I'll drink it. Think about playing with the chair.
I'm
just like a little child in the chair.
Let's think about this narratively. Is this the first time Geem's ever had alcohol, yay or nay?
Yes.
Okay.
He's 6 years old.
Formative.
He hit adult on Zam.
Well, yeah, there is no legal limit, or there's no like. Real quick note, Twitch,
No.
don't come for me. Obviously, different species age differently. Yes, he's a 6-year-old,
Yes.
but he's also a bat boy and fungus person. So we're not giving
Fungus don't
alcohol.
have an age.
Yeah, we're not
so.
giving. Well, the fungus could be older. We're not giving alcohol to a minor. But we are giving an alcohol to a small Batman. Go ahead and give me a fortitude saving throw.
Nat 20 right now.
I'm gonna say that because of your what's 22, because of your just the nature of your being and my understanding of bats, the sweetness of this drink is ambrosial to you. It is like heavenly. So you drink that first sip and you're just gonna like, just immediately getting as much of it into your face as possible. It actually causes the Foxman to your left to kind of look at you like, whoa. And you just, the whole thing. And it's like ice blocks and all just going into the mouth, just in. And like the glass is completely clear and you set it down, you're like, ha. And you're not drunk. But there's definitely a change in like the kind of biome of the Urtu and the bat host, and you're just kind of like, it feels really good, and obviously the desire for another is present.
He'd probably get another one.
Waves over. Ha, ha.
I don't know what it is. So, man.
And she says, "Yeah, can I help you?"
Can I have another one of them things?
Oh, sure, yeah, absolutely. You got a credit card?
Yeah.
Or do you want me to just keep billing it to him?
Oh, that'll work.
Okay. And
I've created an alcoholic.
She'll slide over and she says, your friend would like another. Is it okay to bill it to you?
Yeah, that's fine.
All right. Gets another and sets it out in front of you. And do you drink it just as fast, or?
Yes.
Okay. When you set it back down, it's before she's like about to turn away, and you're literally doing this, and she stops and she looks at you, and you can just hear like the ice clinking against your teeth and everything just going in. And then there's like a as you're crushing the ice in your face, and you're looking at her, and you're done with that one as well. And it was insanely good, but you definitely are feeling a bit more of what is considered drunkenness. I'm going to say, for the purposes of this effect, we're going to say that you are... I'm trying to think of a good condition. I don't know what drunken would be in...
Dazed.
You think
dazed?
Dazed or dazzled? Is dazed a thing?
I think, is it?
I don't know.
I just say go the old school route and
just because you said it was sweet and he liked it. Fascinated is a thing. I don't know what it does, but
yeah, let's go with fascinated.
It's actually good, yeah.
Okay. That's great. So you're fascinated by the drink. And just kind of sitting with it, like, crushing the ice in your teeth. She's definitely confused, and she'll kind of very quickly, like, put out another, but, like, tentatively, and she says, "It's better if you drink them slower." And then she'll walk away. And then she'll say to Smalls, "I got him another one." Just at about that moment, the conversation in the north corner kind of ends. Chemical Steven will pass over the information to you. Obviously, you don't have time to review it. You're not going to go over it in this meeting. And the presumption is that at this point you'd be leaving. Is that fair?
Yeah, I'll definitely stop and get me a drink first. And
yeah, as you're getting up, and Esso, you're kind of getting up, and Twee, you're getting up, the doorway becomes a point of interest for you lot. You see what appears to be a contingent of hegemonic troopers enter into the space. Total of 6 of them. Smalls, you
Yes.
in conversation are kind of paying attention to the corner, and you said you specifically were kind of keeping an eye on the door. You look over to the corner to see your friends getting up, and you're about ready to get up yourself. You see the look on Ross's face, and kind of look over your shoulder. So you're aware of them as well. And Geem, I'm gonna say like you've got that third iced tea, and you're kind of just doing like this like like you're not drinking it straight on, and you're trying to take it as slow as you can. So you're like drinking it more akin to, you know, water or something. However, Geem would do it. Obviously, bats use their tongues and are goofy little guys. So it's up to you if you want to be goofy or just like a slow sip. It's fine. But yeah, Ross, Esso, and Twee, as you're getting up and getting ready to move southbound and down, you would see that there are 6 troopers that come into the space.
Yeah. I'm just gonna try to act natural, get a drink.
Okay. This individual will move here. This individual will move here. You kind of shuffle into the bar next to Calliope, I presume.
Yeah.
Okay. And then this individual kind of moves behind this table or countering space here. This guy moves here. The 3 remain at the door, and this one walks right up alongside of you, Smalls, and will kind of
Okay.
place his hand down heavily on the counter, getting Dolly, the bartender's attention. Ma'am, we're on official business. We're looking for an individual. And he places a data tablet onto the table. When he does so, you would see that the very large picture on the data tablet is Ross's stupid face, and it appears that Ross is kind of doing one of these. And you don't know when the picture was taken from because he looked a lot younger in it, but it definitely looks like Ross, maybe 10, maybe 5 or so years ago.
And I have a comms unit.
Yeah, you
Is
do.
there any way to quietly say, hide Ross?
You'd have to get up and maneuver away from this individual to kind of do that. If you would like to, you may.
Um,
If and if you
I
want to make it look like it's not conspicuous, go ahead and give me a society roll to evade
yeah,
the
I was like,
because
I don't want to look like the dude running away from the cop the moment he showed up.
you're aware that the head or the shitter the toilet is up to the left. And yeah, you would basically do one of these like ooh like subtle kind of like ooh pee pee time like kind of faces and like get up and head that way. And that hegemonic soldier does give you a look, but it's not like a look like oh, I'm suspicious. It's more of like a oh that guy's walking to the toilet kind of situation. And if you'd like to go ahead and maneuver that direction, and then
Yeah,
tell me how the
and
comms
make
call goes.
and by about here, I would click in and go. They're looking for Ross. Hide him.
And that would be to the group chat.
Yeah, everyone gets to hear it.
Okay.
I'm fully separated from everyone else. I'm very glad I'm over here.
Who has a comms unit?
I do.
Okay. So Twee, you get the call, and Esso, I'm assuming because Ross got out, you got up, and I'm assuming that Twee, you got out as well. And this would be kind of very close to the time that you're about to make your way down. So I want to check in real quick. Uh, Ross immediately slammed to the bar and kind of started ordering a drink. She hasn't come around to do it, but you kind of did one of these and got her attention. She gave you a nod, like she'll be over there in a second. Um, Twee, are you staying with the captain, or are you maneuvering to a different location?
Um, I'm always his shadow.
Okay. No, yeah, makes sense. And then Esso, similarly, it looked like we were leaving, but you saw Ross kind of hit the bar. You don't drink, I don't think.
Nope.
So do you want
I
to
would be literally where I am.
just standing there awkwardly? Okay.
Oh, and
Well,
I'd also
not
probably be
well.
staying
It's
by
not
the
awkward.
Calliope.
It's
Okay. And then Ross, do you have a comm unit?
No, I have limited telepathy.
Okay.
Just because I can communicate mentally with creatures in 30 feet.
Yeah.
Only with creatures that share a language with me.
Because of the situation, Twee, you have the notice. Do you inform Ross? And I need you to I need exact details. He's up in this chair. You're a small little rat person. How would you like to communicate
Oh,
with Ross that the situation is the situation.
I totally, like a little child, pull on his jacket. What, Brent?
I thought of this, and I don't mean to cut you off, but could we? I know you said we could do flashbacks.
Mm-hmm.
Similar. Could we do a flashback that we had a signal that she like tapped on my leg or something for like trouble?
Yeah.
She's always my shadow.
Oh,
Because flashbacks don't really have a cost, I do like to enforce a narrative one. So why is that the case? Why is that a code that you guys have? What situation arose
Uh,
that would be?
I like the thought, and you can tell me if you're down with this or not, Kimmy, where you're
mhm,
always following me. You've come to learn
mhm.
that Ross does not pay attention when alcohol or women is involved. So you're
Oh,
like, hey, hey. So you've developed the tapping on my technique, like, we're in trouble. You need to stop paying attention to whatever you're doing.
and then
Look at the situation you're in.
if the situation gets real dire, I just bite.
Yep.
Okay. So, Ross, in this moment, the tapping hits. You kind of look down. You look across to the hegemonic soldiers, which you saw, and you realize that the bartender isn't coming over as of yet. Based on what you kind of understand, you can see the hegemonic trooper is moving around like visually. At this moment, do you want to immediately kind of go to trying to be hidden, or are you just going to sit there and try and play it casual? I'll explain above table what I'm asking. Do you wish to make a stealth check and try and move to somewhere where they won't be able to physically see you, or do you wish to make a society check to try and blend into the crowd and just kind of like you're here?
It's the same either way. I feel like society would fit Ross's character more than trying to hide from them.
Okay,
Trying to be like oh, I'm just part of the bar life.
trying to play it cool. All right, so go ahead and
Yep.
make me a society roll.
Please roll good. It's a +1. Ooh.
Okay. Smalls, at this moment, as you're kind of moving over, you kind of stop at this empty table. It looks like it hasn't been cleared of its junk yet. You would see that the hegemonic trooper and Dolly are still engaging. Are you trying to pay attention to this conversation? And also, Geem, I know you're fascinated with alcohol, but are you trying to pay attention to this conversation?
Yeah, I mean, after the slam down, I said no to probably take something interesting in it.
Okay. And Small?
I I think I moved to try to sit because I feel like the guy's not going to be looking at me, so I just kind of slide in and sit down to keep engaged with the conversation.
Okay. So you would overhear that Dolly, the bartender, appears to be trying to tell him, no, I haven't seen anybody like that, and trying to play it cool. This is a moment in your mind where you understand that she's probably aware of Steven's presence and probably aware that Ross is Steven's guest here. And you're looking at the situation, um, and you're pretty sure that with it as it stands, these two troopers here that took to the side are now moving to the outside exterior, and you're pretty sure, as you understand it, that that means that they are aware that Ross is in the northeast corner of this room and are moving to cut him off.
Question.
Yeah.
When you use the message spell, can you do an accent?
Yeah. As long as it's not racist.
I'm
No.
waiting.
Oh my god, are you kidding me?
Yeah, please don't do a racist caricature. Unless it's Italian.
No, I meant
Unless
like,
it's Italian.
well,
We can do Italian. That's fine. French is also fine because
So-
I am French, so that's also fine.
I'm also French, but
Yeah.
also I was thinking like a radio, like a sir, like that type of thing.
Yeah,
a message.
I love that.
So I want to cast message on that man.
Which man? The
This
hedge.
man.
Okay. And
And
are you
I
trying
want
to make it seem like you're coming in on his comms unit and you're someone of
Yes.
importance? Okay, I see what the play is. I like it. Give me what you say, and then I'll tell you what I want from you.
Fuck.
I don't want to encourage anybody to spend them because they're hard to get, but you do have hero points. Everybody had one when they started.
Sir, we have identified Ross over here in the eastern sector of the station.
Okay. I'm going to have you give me a deception roll. I think that's one. Yeah. Give me a deception roll.
That's hero point. Hero point. Hero point. Hero point.
It's like a safe. It's like a safe word.
Pineapple. Pineapple.
Pineapple. Okay, so a hero point's just a reroll. So go ahead and oh wait, yeah, it's a reroll, but it means that it's going to be a 10. What is your bonus? +4. Okay, so 14 is not a success. So I do need to see your roll. And again, what you're trying to do is very funny, but it is also very much a situation where you're entering into like military comms and you're speaking a language that you don't know. So go ahead and give me that roll again.
Give us the opposite now. Give us the nat 20.
Yeah, I'm on the edge of my seat here.
It's not terrible.
Unfortunately, it's not a success. So you would see that it's not a huge failure though. So he has a confused look on his head and starts kind of tapping his helmet. It almost looks like he thinks the comms are messed up, like because they sound all scratchy and they shouldn't. He thinks they get their gear at a fucking wholesale, like the Gemini, baby. So he's like, the fuck? And then you see him kind of like pull up his comm display on his wrist guard and like start playing with it. It doesn't seem to alter anything about him. It just seems to kind of deter him from acting for the time being. But these two individuals will kind of press on and make their way over towards you. It seems at this point, though, one of them's going to stop here, kind of behind Game, and this one's going to kind of move forward. The three at the door all appear to be kind of like checking their weapons, like they're expectant of like a potential combat or conflict. Ross, you very much see that your attempt to kind of try and blend in has failed, and it's at that moment where you're looking at them and they're effectively looking at you that you're kind of like brought out of your whole like tense situation by the sound of the bartender going, "Hey, what would you like to drink? Sorry it took so long."
Yeah, looking down, I'll just, I assume everybody here has drinks?
Yeah. Seems like Long
Yeah,
Island iced teas are the thing.
Yeah, I'll look to, the big guy that, Pete met and be like, give me what he's got.
Alright. And he has a Long Island iced. Actually, what would Rhino have?
Do they have milk here?
So she says, "Really? Okay, it'll be a minute." And she'll head out, and it seems she goes into a back room and disappears from view. Ross, as you see her go into the back room, the soldier does appear to be approaching on Esso. Esso, at this moment, do you wish to stand by your man, or do you wish to kind of maneuver out of the way, or do you wish to try and, like, do something else?
God, on the spot. I would be facing the bar.
Okay. Do you want to muscle in closer to the bar, or do you want to kind of stay back?
I'm going to stand in the way.
Okay. So you are trying to be a distraction. Okay, Twee, similarly, you are aware of the situation. Everyone is aware of the situation and how it's escalated. Do you wish to is there anything that you wish to do? You are very clearly aware, though, that there is a back room to this area, which in your mind means that there is a back door to this area, and a potential escape that the hegemony does not appear to have taken to block off.
Yeah. I'm already aware of it because I could see it from here. This
Also
right
true,
here.
yeah.
Okay. I am gonna kind of walk that way and hope and like do the tap on Ross again to like get attention,
Maybe like a bit
and
more
then
of like a claws in the leg and kind of drag or like pull motion too.
yeah, to say this way, and then kind of
We need to
like,
go. We need to go. All right, Ross, do you follow?
cause how tall is this counter realistically? Can they even see me over the counter?
When you get to there, you're basically becoming invisible. Yeah, it's probably a typical bar is what, about 4 foot high. Does that sound about right?
Yeah, four,
Yeah.
4.5.
Maybe
Yeah.
4. Yeah.
So it would be, yeah, you definitely basically the second you get to that side of it become completely vanished to them.
Oh yeah.
They won't be
Because
able to
I'm 3
shoot
foot.
you for sure. Ross, you feel a claw on your leg. You see the situation as it's unfolding. Do you take Twee's suggestion to start moving that way?
Yeah. So like in the situation, it's obvious that guy right here has noticed me, right?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna assume since he's not immediately arresting Geem or Esso, and the other guy didn't immediately try to do something to Smalls, they don't know my crew. So in telepathy, I'm gonna say everybody but Twee act normal, and then I'm going to UPB is like a currency that I can have on me. It's not like a chip.
Yeah. It's like handable. Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna lay it on the table. I'm gonna lay all 71 that I have on the table. And be like, free drinks for everybody if we start a fight, and then I'm gonna run.
Make a persuasion roll, and yeah, I'll give you a +2 to it.
Okay. So there's no persuasion.
Oh, sorry.
Intimidation, deception, diplomacy, and performance.
Diplomacy is what I want.
Okay. You said a +2.
Yeah. Sorry, sometimes the words get mixed up in my head, but I know what I want. Okay. Perfection. So you say, free for anybody who starts a fight, and you get up and you start booking it.
Yeah.
You would see as you're kind of moving past Chemical Stevens' table, him kind of like place his hand on his head, and he is as you're rushing past him, you see him sliding out of the booth in that awkward like. And he says, as he's getting behind you and moving in the same direction as you, "The fuck did you bring to my doorstep?" So go ahead and move towards that.
Man.
Move your movement towards that door. You got to go the long way, unfortunately. I'll start you off from here. But then one. You have a speed of what? You can't move through stuff like that. Come on. Move around it one at a time. So, what's your speed? How many squares you got, Kimmy?
25.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You could be here.
Okay.
And then go ahead and follow suit.
I think that was the right math.
Looks good.
I didn't realize this was a wall at first. I was like, what the hell? Is there a door?
The passageway is a little narrow and it's kind of off grid a bit. So, so as that's happening, this guy is basically approached to you, and you see him as that's being shouted out is lifting his rifle and kind of getting ready to kind of push you aside, and you can hear him speaking into his comms, and he says he's making a run for, and then the yelling happens, and you can't really hear him. You hear a bunch of people kind of go, ah! And there's one person in specific who seems very much on board to do it. And you would see this man move over to it, reach across Calliope, and grab the money, and look at everybody with like a serious, "You're gonna have to take it from me," kind of look on his face. Esso, do you allow yourself to be pushed by the hegemonic trooper, or do you hold your ground?
I do want to point out that I told everybody in telepathy to just act normal.
I don't know what normal is.
And I will do it in a very 3CPO way. Oh gosh.
Okay.
Oh,
So as you become a distraction for him, you see him get his rifle up, and he's kind of pushed you aside a little bit, but not a lot, and you're kind of like toggling into his way, and he gets the rifle up just enough to get off one shot. He's going to be shooting at Ross, and he's going to be doing so at a map penalty, as if this were his second attack in an itinerary, because of your distraction. Ross, as you're kind of shuffling into the back area around the bar and like the drink section, Steven behind you, a bolt of energy kind of slams past you and hits that corner wall there, and you can see like from the Aeon rifle's blast, like the burn of it in the wall there. Esso, you kind of done something. You've distracted. It looks like you're about to get punched by this very large man because of proximity and money's involved. Um, Twee, you are kind of on the way out, and so are you, Ross. Let's go ahead and give Smalls an opportunity here, and Game as well. We'll start from the far side, though. Smalls, what are you doing in this moment of action? You definitely saw the boss just got fired at. The situation's going crazy, but telepathy into your brain told you to just act normal.
Brother, I am sitting here until I'm allowed to leave comfortably.
Okay.
I am perching my feet up and just watching the show from the corner that probably won't get shot at.
Okay. The Game.
Act normal. That's a
Well,
weird concept, you know.
I'm actually going to look something up here because I'm going to check something. Because I mean, you're fascinated with the drink. Um, I'm going to say that if you try to do anything else or pay attention to anything else, you're going to have a -2 status penalty to it because you're really focused on the drink.
I'll keep drinking the drink, but I'm like, like when you catch somebody, you ask them to do something normal, like stiffen up.
Try.
Yeah, I'm like stiffen up around that drink and just continue like licking at it. But like it's obviously I'm nervous.
Put the pinky up. Trying to act normal. Okay, love it.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. And Smalls, you said you're not doing anything, right?
Not a thing.
That's smooth. Okay, so then we're going to cycle back around. Twee, you're able to make it past the door. What you will see is that this device here does appear to have a computer display on the side of it, and it does look like there's a manifestation of what appears to be a gremlin or goblin-like creature with like a console for eyes that's kind of just like floating above his terminal, very awkwardly, but appears to be the program or the daemon that is kind of present in the entire structure's computer code that operates everything and makes everything function. Rushing past the cute, adorable thing.
I'm obsessed with it though. I don't.
Go ahead and gain the fascinated trait. Give a -2 to everything. So we're just handing out fascinated left and right. I'm joking, of course. If you want to make your way to the door, you can definitely get out without an issue. The door is easily openable from this side. It does appear to be locking. It's basically a one-way door. So the second that you get out, you will not be able to go back in. Looking at the situation, it does look like there is a large solid wall directly in front of you. And the only operatable, like the only way that you can see to go that's easy would be to the left, kind of moving past a trash can that's overflowing. It does look like there is a series of pipes and such on the right side, though. It wouldn't be as obvious a method of escape, but if you were able to climb or were skillfully gifted with like a grapple gun, it would be easy to kind of move up into this nest of pipes on the right side and kind of make your way into that. Which way would you like to lead?
How many stories is this building?
So thinking of it in a kind of like actual physical context is not exactly where I want to go if we're going that route. It is basically a hive of pipes that are all along the sides of this building that if you are to kind of lose yourself in, it will kind of become a skill challenge at that point. If you go the other route, it might be more physical.
Because I have a grapple gun. Did Ross get his grapple gun back?
Yeah, you know,
Okay.
you saw him put it on his belt, so yeah, you're aware of that.
Okay. I figured that we always carry this because we do shit like this all the time.
That's smart.
Yeah, this is the way I want to go. I want to grapple and go away because there's only one way. Of course, they're gonna think we're taking the easy way out. So I'm gonna wait over here so that when Ross comes out the door, I already have my grapple gun out and ready to be like, hey, this is where we're going.
No wait necessary. You're hopping up into there. Just imagine these rounds are happening simultaneously. Is the best way to
Okay.
kind of think of it because he's right behind you. Like he's not
Yeah.
not stopping for a second to let you finish your turn and then coming after you. So yeah, he's literally
Okay.
coming right behind you, and we'll see you kind of pop out into that space, and you see her kind of already kind of shooting up into the air with a grapple gun, and you look to the left and see like, oh yeah, we'd have to go around to the front of the building. We'd probably get hosed. Smart up into the pipes.
Steven's behind us. Does he also want to go?
Yeah. So when you kind of are you gonna wait for Steven?
I don't know if he's. I assumed he was right behind me.
Yeah, he is. He's going right after
Okay.
your turn. But are you waiting for him, or are you going to follow after Twee?
I don't know if he has a grapple gun or not. So, because I can't take one with him because we're both medium creatures. My idea is to just kind of like toss it back to him and then take Tweez with her.
Oh,
that way he'll have one
I see what you're saying.
grapple up behind us.
Give me, because you're moving quickly here, give me a perception check.
Okay. 13.
I think that's high enough that you'd be able to kind of be cognizant of that fact. Like, I think that's something that you kind of catch on to. So when you kind of get out and look back, you would see that Steven doesn't have one. So you kind of, before she shoots off, kind of go, wait! And she's kind of like got the gun pointed, ready to go. You grab a hold of her shoulder, kind of lift her up onto yours, grabbing her gun, throwing your gun back to Steven as he comes out, and he goes, catches it midair. Okay, kind of gives it a look over, like, all right, and then you zoom up into the pipes. Steven will follow suit. Okay, the door soon after will close. Esso, as I mentioned, a punch is incoming. I'd like for you to make me a reflex saving throw.
Same or not in initiative.
I would rather you not display the fact that you are a witch warper to people who might actively have like a license to find you and retain you.
For that.
So here's what I'm going to give you situationally. The hegemonic trooper is obviously trying to get past you, and he's going to do so come hell or high water. He's going to try and physically altercate, or move you aside, or he is going to try and get around you. This guy swings a punch at you, and in that moment, with your movement, you have an opportunity to kind of create a bit of a mishap in Rhino's step, right? His fist is coming straight at you, and you kind of like, you see it. You see it coming. It's like a moment in the Sherlock Holmes movies with Robert Downey Jr.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
So I want you to narratively describe what you want to do with this moment. Like, what do you want to kind of like? Anything's possible. Sky's the limit. So long as your character is physically capable of doing them. But what would you like to do with this Rhino?
So I get, excuse me. I would, since he's pushing into me and I'm being like, oh God, why would you do this?
Mm-hmm.
I want to like try to fumble like I'm falling over, but then also kick out Rhino's right leg. Wait, left leg.
Yeah. So that he falls into
where
the trooper?
He would have, yeah.
Okay, perfect. So you've already nailed that. If you want to slide yourself into or take a step in any direction, feel free to do so. But basically, Rhino is going to end up in the space you are currently occupying.
Wonderful. He'll rattle on the ground like one of those like Tesla bots, and then get back up.
not as good, but yeah, you can. Yep, there you go, and then boom. And so basically, what ends up happening is this guy's pushing into you. You kind of fall backwards on purpose as Rhino's about to slug you in the chest, or like the side, and comes past you, gets his leg kicked out from under him, kind of flies a bit farther forward than he had intended, slamming into the trooper. And you're actually surprised to see the trooper get thrown back a solid 5 feet and slam into this table, literally going feet over ass, like onto the table as he kind of power slides into the mess of stuff. And you can hear like a sizzling sound as his armor seems to take heat from the plate on the table there. Okay, in that moment, Geem, obviously a large kerfuffle is going on over there, blaster fire, etc. Also, real quick too, if there's anything else you want to do, Esso, feel free to do it now. Any other maneuvering if you want to kind of shift it all. If you're good with where you're at, though, I'm okay with it. You're also aware that when he fell and punched, you see that the UMP he was holding is now on the ground. Just like a small like stack of it that clumps pretty well together. And if you're talking, you're muted.
Takes so he'll like reflex up, and then could I put my foot on it and then drag it towards me?
Yeah, and if you want to back away while you're doing it, that's totally chill.
Yeah.
Go ahead and give me a stealth check for that, because I think there's one person who can't.
Ooh, Pete?
Yeah, Pete might say, "Leave it for him. He's dumb, but he's a good guy." but she hasn't said that yet because she doesn't know for sure. Just give me a stealth roll. Yeah, so she doesn't notice. She's more situation. So you have the UMP under your foot and you're moving it away. You're able to kind of grab it easily enough. Okay, so Smalls and Geem, as that situation is going, obviously the other troopers are grabbing their weapons up and kind of preparing. This guy's like confused, but appears to be the leader of the group. Geem, the drink is still about half full. The ice has kind of got to this point that it's kind of like, that nice kind of like melted where it's nice and rounded. Would definitely feel nice crunching against the teeth. What would you like to do?
I think we're crunching against the teeth.
Yeah, just locked in.
Yeah. Yep.
Okay. A couple of people over here to your side, you see them getting up, kind of looking at the situation. They heard the call for, money. You'd also see that, and this is more for Smalls, because you can hear it on the other side of you. It sounds like the people on the other side are kind of gearing up. They're putting their helmets back on and they're grabbing their gear. Smalls, what you doing?
Man, I'm very secluded.
Just locking into your position. You do not care about any of this. Just going to try and like ride it out. Is that your plan, or do you want to?
Yeah, because me trying to present any kind of threat just means I'm gonna get riddled.
Yeah.
So I am just gonna hope that everyone.
Well,
if distractions needed later, sure. But at the moment, I'm hoping everyone kind of scoots.
Obviously, looking at this situation from a top-down perspective kind of gives you a limiting kind of understanding of it, and I want to make sure something's very clear to you. The guys that are to the north of you are probably going to try and get into a firefight with the hegemonic troopers that are present. Do you want to stay where you're at, which might be kind of like in a crossfire area, or like on the, side fire for the hegemony coming at you, or do you want to continue to the bathroom and make your way into that like you had initially? I mean, thinking about it temporally, that was like a minute or two ago. So yeah, I mean, it would be totally fine if you did. Or do you want to try and book it, like, and head towards the door, which would look a little bit out of sorts? Your call. How do you want to proceed?
You know what? Let's just scooch.
Head to the bathroom?
Into the bath.
All right, you pop in, and inside of this stall here, you can hear a loud, "Oh, Oh God! Coming from the door. But this door appears to be open, just slightly ajar. And you pop in.
Smalls
Um,
shuts the door, locks the door.
and then go ahead and give me a perception roll.
Come on.
Yeah, you're kind of like, I'm just going to write it out here. You're not looking for any kind of metric of escape. You're just kind of like, I'm just going to write it out here. It's fine. Okay.
They're like the space equivalent of Instagram reels that I'm just.
Awesome. Yeah,
We all do it. We get it.
the door's got a locking mechanism. You know, you're totally fine in there for now. The guy next to you is definitely creating a scent, and is still kind of going on about his current predicament. Perhaps a paladin who's currently fighting one of God's greatest battles. Okay, so Geem, you're locked in where you're at, and Esso, you're able to kind of maneuver out of the space if you want to, but ultimately what's going to start happening here is the Hegemony and the Aeon Guard are going to start having a fight, and it does appear that they are going to be kind of like causing everybody who's in the space to either join into the fight or to retreat out of the fight. And I'm going to ask, I mean, again, Game, you can just sit here through it, and that'd be hilarious narratively. Or you can kind of realize what's going on and try and get out of here. SO, obviously, you're probably not going to stick around, right? You're heading out the same way.
Well,
Go ahead.
I might wait for them to also head this way.
Yeah. It does appear that like the firefight's going to be this way. Like it's going to be from the door and from this side of the room to the other side of the room where the Aeon Guard are. They are literally having a jurisdictional skirmish, and they're using the barrels of their weapons to have that discourse.
Right, but I want to make sure that we at least get our people.
Okay, so the only person that you see that is gettable is Geem, and it looks like this guy is definitely going to have a field day with this guy. Do you want to just try and kind of like run across the bar to grab Geem, or do you want to use some sort of magic that you have to like inform Geem that he needs to get the fuck out of there, or however you want to do it?
Yeah, use a message.
Okay. Geem, Esso kind of waves, and you can hear him talking in your head. We gotta go. Do you grab the Long Island and run over that way?
Yeah, I'll grab one and then whatever, like, one I can pack up on the way of going.
Yeah, you
Off
got
the bar.
hop up on the
I'll
bar.
say,
Just
yeah, he's gonna say stand up, run across the bar this way.
you
We
grab
need
like
to leave.
you got like 4 cups of like drank like Long Islands, and Calliope has one, and you see hers, and you're kind of reaching down for it, and you see her kind of like pull it in closer to herself, and she shakes her head, looking at you. Mm-mm. And you kind of realize, having traveled with her for a little bit, that's not going to happen. And you guys are able to get out the back door.
Even Essa would say, "Don't be greedy."
Yeah. Because of the kerfuffle, you guys are able to get outside, and effectively there's just 3 groups here. I'm going to stop the combat-y sounding music, and I'm going to move us to the Kingsport map. So,
I'm right back again.
yeah, absolutely, no problem. There's here, and you are escaping outwards. The nature of the space is it's kind of set inside of like a large complex, as we discussed last time. And the landing port is kind of inside of a complex, and there's multiple layers. So you're not on ground level. You're kind of at a higher tier than ground level. It's not too hard for your disparate groups to get back to one another. The only one that has a bit of an issue or a delay would be Chandler, who's kind of locked inside of the space and stuck in the bathroom for the time being. Do you head back to the ship, Ross and Twee and Steven?
I mean, probably if Steven doesn't have any other recommendations, then
Steven will say, I'm going to pull away anyways. I need to disappear as it stands. You have the job. Reach out and contact with me. if a change of venue for your return is required, I will make sure that you're aware of it. Hopefully, you haven't ruined my potential of getting seats at the Good Monson. It is a very quaint and stylish place.
Indeed, it is. And then we'll start heading towards the ship for the party.
Esso and Geem. Obviously, Geem is not caring about where he's going. He's just got like the four, five with the one he had. So five glasses that he's kind of holding close to the chest, and he's kind of set up a method of like, kind of putting them onto the fungal spots, kind of holding them so he can get the one and sip it. And he's still sipping, taking it slow because the lady said to do so. But Esso, I guess, he said he'd be right back, didn't he? Uh, Travis, do you head back to the ship? Do you think that's what Esso would do?
I would assume it's where we were going.
Okay. You follow along. You follow the nice Urbot, and we'll make your way back to the ship. Totally cool. And then Chandler, the aftermath of the situation, as you kind of like hear everything quiet down, eventually somebody comes in and breaks open the door that is next to you, and you hear the Aeon Guard like very kind of forcibly questioning him. Um, It sounds like they're probably going to do likewise with your stall. Do you pop out before then, or do you wish to try and like hide or something inside of the stall, or play some sort of chicanery in the stalls so that they don't bug you?
No, I just when I'm hearing towards the end of their conversation, I'd say just give me a moment. I'll unlock the door,
Yeah.
and
So
just kind of naturally let that take place.
it sounds like ultimately the questioning for the first guy, it is forcible at first, but then ultimately they realize that it's not important. This guy's not important. He's just an NPC that John made up shitting in the bathroom. And then when you say that, they kind of say, okay, we'll wait. And then once the door opens and you come out, there's two of the Aeon Guard who are present there. And one of them says, yes, hi, do you have any affiliation with the hegemony or with this Captain Ross? And they'll kind of pull up a data tablet showing your Captain Ross's face on it.
No, I would look them up and down and say, no, I was here to get a drink and had to sit next to Mr. Smells of Shit this whole time.
Now, I know that you so love the activity I'm about to ask you to do, and I know that it is your favorite. I'm going to need you to make me a deception roll. I'm gonna give you a +2 because the complaining about Mr. Smells of Shit is definitely a solid alibi processing. Um,
So +2 to this.
this is gonna be Chandler's one good roll. I just know it in my heart, guys.
No.
I say that with sarcasm.
Oh my god.
Oh!
+2 is set 19.
Okay. So yeah, they kind of give you like they kind of give you like a nod and like, okay, well we're clearing the entirety of the tavern or of the bar. Please make your way out.
Understood. And I would head just straight out the front door.
Yeah, you see that it looks like they killed four of the hegemonic troopers, and it looks like two of the Aeon Guard were killed in the process in the firefight. It does look like one bystander was also shot in the process as you're leaving. You don't see any of your crew amongst the dead, nor do you see them inside of the kind of grouping that's outside of the bar that's been kind of gathered. You've ever done like a fire drill, kind of similar to that, is what's kind of going on here. And it looks like the Aeon Guard that were outside are questioning them and kind of taking them one at a time while the other kind of keeps them under gun or barrel up, so they're detained. Yeah, you're let out, and they don't give you a second, glance one way or the other. You make your way back to the ship.
Yeah.
Okay.
I would keep watch for the first little bit just to make sure I wasn't being actively followed.
Yeah, you are not being actively followed. You manage to kind of make your way through the area back to the landing port. And yeah, you don't get the vibe that you're being watched. It definitely looks like the Aeon Guard killed hegemonic troopers. It looks like the others escaped. Like you're pretty sure they beat feet and ran. So it seems like whoever these Aeon Guard they appear to have a problem with the troopers writ large, even though you're pretty sure with your society roll from earlier that the Aeon Guard works for the Knights Concordiate, which are a hegemonic cult. So you're kind of confused as to why they would be fighting like this or being so willingly to have open hostilities like this.
Angry.
Yeah. Excuse me. So back on the Longhorn.
I do have a question.
Yeah.
Just because it was funny. How did Rhino fare?
Oh yeah, he was beating the shit out of that guy. There was one of the dead dudes.
Oh yeah. Okay. Cool. I
Yeah, it
just
looks
wanted
like
to check.
it looks like his helmet was stoved in. Yeah, he definitely
That Rhino baby.
fucked him up. He was detained. It looks like he was being processed a little bit more seriously by the Aeon Guard, but yeah, he was yelling something about fucking money disappeared.
He has no idea how it disappeared. He's
No
pretty sure it
idea
probably
how.
just vanished.
He not even been there. I had it in my hand. I swear to God, I had it in my hand. You make it back to the ship, all in one piece. Calliope is no longer on the ship. Everyone else is. I'll move you to the main deck. And yeah, once there, what do you do?
Yeah. Once we're all there, I'll start setting up the data tablet, so we can go over the mission. And then while I'm setting it up, I'm like, well, at least they weren't after the rest of you, currently.
Yeah, from how they were talking and how they were interviewing people, they really either only knew about you or only cared about you. They let me go after talking to me twice.
I'm curious as to how they knew I was in there.
Well, I mean, we don't have a inconspicuous ship, to say the least, when it flies through an area.
She does her best.
I know, I like her too. That's why I'm here. I'm just saying, there's not a lot of these flying around, so when they are seen, it's pretty obvious.
Yeah, that's fair. Yeah, I didn't know that Gemini would be after me. Well, I mean, I figured they would be after certain missions, but I figured it would be more localized, not on this side, because I haven't been over here for a bit.
Well, seems like you're a wanted man.
Wouldn't be any good if I wasn't.
Or you'd be really good, but that's a different conversation.
Fair enough.
And I'd go over to my seat and get ready for whatever's coming next.
Do you lay out the tablet and let them know the details of the job?
Yep. I'll lay out the tablet, let them know the TLDR of what I got from Steven and what it has on the tablet.
Yeah, so according to the information on the tablet, there is a base known as Hoodoo's Base. That's HOODOOS base. It is the location of a small rebel cell known as the Hoodoo Boys, and they have a very powerful battery of anti-air and anti-walker mechanisms outside of their base location. It's a very defensible location. It is on what is known as the Spira of Haru. If you look at Haru from map point, I'll show you what I mean. Hold on. Show to players. You can see that there's like a spiral segment in Atmo. This is a landmass with a very heavy kind of cloud structure that is maintained over the spiral shaped structure. Due to the water currents in the area and due to kind of like the royal in the center of it, it creates an atmospheric storm that's ever present. There's a very heavy rain in Kingsport as well. A lot of the planet does have a lot of rain and weather, but more so on the Spira. And with that, you would know that this being on the point of it, it's pretty well hidden. It's not going to be a location that is easily spotted from atmosphere. It's also not going to be a location that's easily kind of regarded by anybody who, it's a good hiding place is the main thing. With that, you know the location. You understand what the job is. You need to kind of either ingratiate yourself with this group and then talk to this individual who is actually now known to you due to the tablet's information. Her name is. Oh my gosh, why are my notes so bad? Also, Lark, thank you for permission in using the character, in case people didn't get the obvious references to said character. Her name is Cambria. And Cambria is, bear with me here.
If it's Cambria, we ain't changing her mind for nothing.
Fair. So fair.
You better. I don't even know what you.
What are we planning?
Let's just go home. Let's just
We
go
might as well
home.
just call it a day. Cambria looks like view character artwork, show the players. Yeah, she's about 6'7", I think it was. She is half Urbot, half human. She apparently had died on a spaceship that had an Ur core in it, and the Ur core was also going to die due to situations present on the craft. So instead of them both dying, they made the executive decision and consensual decision between the two to merge as one being. Not unlike an Urtu colony, I guess. She is a potent way user from what you get documentation wise. She's also in possession of some powerful relics, one of which is a way focus like Ross has. So, what is our plan of attack here? You could just fly in, sneak in. Could try to communicate with them. Find communication channels. Again.
Did
Go ahead.
you might have already said this? I'm sorry, John. Did Chemical Stevens say how she fell into this group?
Not precisely, no.
Not precisely. Tweety looks at Ross. I don't know why you took this mission. We're gonna convince somebody to stop hanging out with this group over here. Like, that's the mission?
The mission is to get someone back. I don't know how much persuading we'll really be doing.
Steven's words were to convince her to leave and come back, and we get 1,000 for just trying, plus some upgrades or repairs to Longhorn, and 2,500 for succeeding.
And yeah, you would have noted that the Longhorn has already been repaired and refueled once you got on board.
Perfect.
Or at least the process has started.
In this little pack of information, is there information on the Hoodoo Boys, like what they do and?
Great question. So the Hoodoo Boys are a rebel group. They are anti-hegemonic control. They are very much forcibly against it. From what you understand, they recently had an altercation, according to this documentation, with the Starsmiths at Ravenstar Space Station. According to the documentation, they attempted a raid on Ravenstar and were thwarted. It looks like half their number was obliterated in that process. For those who don't remember, Raven Star space station is above Haru, and it is currently a place where the Starsmiths are focused on trying to create an Waygate. Um, and there's a rift location there. Basically, the kind of glowing energy that's coming out of that space station image, that's not coming from the space station. That is a natural occurring phenomenon that they built the space station around. Um, and yeah, the attack was completely botched. They lost it out entirely. Whether or not Cambria was with them at that time is unknown. The Hoodoo Boys are not a group that works well with other rebel groups. Chemical Steven, in his notes on them, basically highlights that they are very impulsive. And it seems like their leader, who has not been identified, very much has his own agenda as to why he's anti hegemonic control. Any other fine details that you'd like to know about? Questions that you have? Or is that satisfactory?
How long has she been with this group?
It's unknown how long she's been with them. She did start to try and engage with them about a cycle out, so 1 year out. So at most 1 year, and then at minimum, a month. The attack on Ravenstar was about 8 months ago.
Okay. Good. So does as confident as I am as our stealth abilities, do we think we should try to sneak in or conversate with them to see if we can get in?
Well, keep in mind too, and this is something that Smalls has put on display a couple of times. Smalls has connections. The presumption is that there's definitely connections that you can kind of grease the wheels on, to try and kind of get an in, like meet with the people. It just depended on how well either Smalls or whoever was going to try it,
Gotcha.
How does Esso respond to the photo of Cambria? I mean, he's an Urbot. I mean, they are an Urbot. Do they find this interesting?
I believe his post from 5 minutes ago, Urbots on top.
Oh, I didn't see that.
Yeah.
And
Okay, never mind.
I don't know if you meant that she would be on top, or you both collectively are on top.
No. It's Slay Queen.
Slay Queen. Oh, absolutely.
Oh,
Gotcha.
okay.
She's Urbots the house down, or boots the house.
Yeah.
Boots the house down. I get you. I'm with you. So yeah, any thoughts, Esso, on her specifically? I guess that'd be more of an in-character question. Is that fair to say, Twee?
Okay, Twee would not write out ask, but she would look over and see how he's responding to the photo and all this.
In the information about it.
Yeah. Because he did ask.
Are you asking if I have any information on them?
No. She's just seeing if you have a reaction to it, like if there's anything that's any questions you have. And if you want to pull the data tablet away and learn more about Cambria, there is a profile on her there.
I would do so.
Yeah. She appears to be a former member.
I wouldn't even move.
She appears to be a former member of a crew that was on board the Stardust Serenade. The ship being captained by Captain Jazz, who's a name that your character probably doesn't know.
We have learned about him.
Yeah. I think the people who are aware of Captain Jazz in a more kind of nuanced way would be the people who did just recently get out of space church prison. But yeah, she does.
He would leave. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Okay, I was going to say, she does appear to have been a woman before her merger with the Urbot that was a member of the Church of the Stellar Flame, which is the church that held you, or created you, or whatever they did to you. Again, it's your backstory. Um, at the parish of the Undying Light in the Cambion.
Yeah, he would do like a little 1001 anyway with the right, and then look up from the data pad and just say, well, they are one of us, and he'll gesture at himself now, or gesture at themselves, and then say, I would prefer if we were able to rescue them.
Okay. Question. So I'm splitting up the 900 credits that we got. I'm gonna give everybody 100, and I'm gonna put the rest in like the ship's fund.
That work for everybody?
Oh, and
assuming nobody has any issues.
I will literally hand the money back to Ross and say, "You dropped this, sir. You dropped this."
Oh, okay.
The
And
other
then he'll say wink, but there's no visible change on his display.
the other thing I'll note is that you will be paid by Chemical Steven through transfer for the other people because he is going to get them off world and send them to Billings. So
Okay.
so that way you don't have a bunch of a pregnant lady and her kid, etc. So that was a total of, I want to say, 6 total, right?
Yep.
Because the baby. So 600 more would be added to yours. If you want to split that 5 ways, you're welcome to do so.
Yeah. So I'll give everybody 200 and just put an extra 100 in the ship.
Yeah. So everybody add 200 credits to your sheet. Cool. Cool. Cool.
And then I'll put the rest to the Longhorn. So that would be.
You know what the best part of that bar getting shot up was?
What's that?
I didn't have to pay for those drinks.
Nobody paid. Hey.
So if I did my math right, we should have 500 credits for the ship.
Yeah. Chandler, you raise a good point. But the way I'm thinking, they probably would have taken your card beforehand. You know what? Fuck it. Free drinks. It's fine. I'm not even gonna fight it.
This is a rebel bar. No one's handing out credit information. It's
You
money.
do cred chips. You do cred chips. Use the cred chips. Anyway, and it wasn't a rebel bar. It's a bar that has rebels in it. It's different.
Yeah. That's why the hegemony got shot up.
Yeah, well, the Aeon Guard were kind of hegemonic adjacent. They just seemed to not fucking care about the troopers.
Heck yeah.
Um,
Looking into our possible connections, I know Smalls is probably the one here with the most connections on this side that are usable.
Okay.
So I'd look at Smalls and ask him if he knows anybody, anybody that might be able to get us an in to talk to the people at the Hoodoos, or at least let us in to talk to Cambria.
Go ahead and give me a society roll if you want to mechanically answer that.
Man, I cannot roll. I'm
You're doing
glad
great.
for my bonus, but like Jesus.
So, situation as it stands, Chandler, there is definitely one specific individual who you know, and the details of that individual on Haru are completely yours to make up if you'd like. But you know one person who could definitely get you a connect with the Hoodoo Boys.
Yeah, I knew this one gambler. He always come to the Sapphire Palace a lot and hang out, and he's real good to the staff and things of that nature. I do favors for him and things of that nature. Make sure he gets the good dealers and things like that. He told me he ran with a crew of wild guys, but never really thought I would be in need to try to reach out to him, but I definitely can try. That would be.
Okay. And with that, you kind of, spend some time on, connects. And eventually you get to the point where your gambler associate has given you the contact information for an individual known as notes. Individual known as Broccoli High Kicks. And this individual is said to be a member of the Hoodoo Boys. And if you'd like to give them a call.
Yeah, I'd give him a call.
Now, do you want to engage in the conversation, or do you want to pass it to the captain? Your call.
Yeah, the captain doesn't know him, so that's up to me.
Okay. So, you don't know Broccoli either. This is the person the gambler got you in contact with. And so when you give them a call, he'll go, hello, yeah, I was told I'd be getting a call from you. Your name's Smalls, right? Sapphire Palace guy?
Yeah. I'm just here on a little bit of business, and I was wondering if I could have some help finding the person. Happy to pay to find the person.
Well, from what I understand, you were trying to get in contact, at least what your friend said. You're trying to get hold of us, the Hoodoo Boys.
Yeah.
Oh.
Once we get in contact with you, we got some people we want to find and talk to and things of that nature.
Mind giving me a little bit more details, or is this something you don't want over the hollow?
No, it's fine. I would tell him that we're looking for that one chick. Urbot.
Cambria.
Yeah.
Okay.
And say it isn't anything too personal, and we're not trying to be fighty or anything of that nature. Happily come as peaceful as possible. We just want to have a conversation with them on behalf of a friend.
I'm going to pause you for a second, and I'm going to give you one more society roll. You are basically navigating this conversation. Where you have put me is an interesting point of perspective.
Why?
Okay.
I'm using my hero point. No.
If you want to use it, you can.
I am. I have a +8. I can't roll above a 5 all damn night. Thank you.
Okay. So he looks like, as you're kind of asking him, it definitely looks like he's on kind of the back foot. Like he immediately kind of takes the defensive look in his comments. But as you kind of explain it, he goes, so what are you looking for?
What we're looking for is just a conversation with this Urbot.
I can set up a meet with you and her.
That's all we're looking for.
What's a good place that's close to you?
That's when I would lean to Ross and say, where would you want this to be? Needs to be peaceful and welcome ground for both, basically.
Yeah, do I know of any spots nearby?
Well, there was a really good one up until a little while ago, known as the Good Bunsen, but unfortunately somebody...
somebody ruined that. I don't know who that was. Probably some loser.
Honestly, for you, no, not really.
Yeah.
There isn't... Playing home is your ship, like, meet on my ship. But that could be seen as awkward. Like, it's like... not exactly ideal.
I know how to guide this then.
Okay.
I would ask... just to be as favorable to y'all, since you're doing us a pretty big favor here, is there anywhere you would want us to meet where you guys could watch over? I want to be as transparent as possible.
Yeah. I'll go ahead and send you some details. I'm assuming you got a ship. Go ahead and park there. We'll meet out there.
Will do.
And the coordinates, the coordinates that are given are about a mile away from the coordinates you already have for their base.
Okay. All right, awesome. Thank you for setting this up.
Yeah, no problem. Just know we're definitely going to be on the defensive here. But as long as you're cool, it'll be cool.
Hey, I'm not planning to start a fight that I'm guaranteed to lose.
All right. And if you get a call back from me, she's probably going to cut it's because she's cutting the meeting off. If you don't get a call back from me, I'll send you the details. And after the conversation kind of ends, you would get a notice that the time and date that they're requesting the meet would be tomorrow morning.
Okay. I'd pass that over to Ross and say, well, we have a meeting for tomorrow morning. I know you're not much of an early riser, but you're going to be.
I get up when the need arises, as long as my alarm clock goes off.
I look over at Twee and say, can you make sure his alarm clock goes off this time?
Yeah, I'll check it before bed.
And then any kind of preparations that you want to do before the morning comes.
None from me.
I don't think I have anything specific.
Okay. So you, as a crew, wake up pretty early, and you're going to fly out there. In that process, I just want to check and make sure, is there anything anybody wants to do regarding the location where you're meeting, regarding the location where you know they are holding up? Is there, any scans, any kind of, flyovers, any kind of stuff like that you want to do? Regarding the location, do you want to arrive there earlier than they suggested and try and do some preparatory work scouting-wise to see what you're up against situationally, or are you just going to fly in and hope everything goes copacetic?
I definitely would like to get some information on the area, preferably by getting there, not super awkwardly earlier, but enough time for Twee's drone to go around it, give us a good layout of
Sure.
what we're working with.
Do you want to do a scan or a flyover? Both have different kind of checks that would be required, but do you want to check the base, the Hoodoo's base? It's about a mile away from where you're kind of going, so it's not too far away when you think of it in space terms.
Yeah, I mean, I don't want to do anything that would be considered what I would think they would consider as
a scan could be detected. A flyover could be easily kind of disregarded. The difference between the two is if you do a flyover, it's going to be a computer's roll, and that will basically determine whether or not you are spotted in your scan or if your scan's detected. And then if you do just a flyover, all you would need to make is a perception roll, because there's no reason why they would think that you would know where they're at, and they would just assume that that's basically where you're going, and that's where they told you to go, and it's pretty much right in the path. So
I would say the flyover then.
Okay, go ahead and give me a
Something
perception check.
Just simple and easy.
Oh, it's not viewing. Love that. What'd you get?
I got a 14.
Anybody who wishes to can make the following perception check as you're working together, and you're all at different stations.
Okay.
So I gotta find myself one.
Go Smalls.
Oh, I don't even need to roll.
Okay. So, Twee, Smalls, you're the only two who really kind of capture more detailed information regarding the location, but everybody, because of your detection, are able to kind of discern that it appears to be an old style battlement that has been set up in the mountains. It appears that this is a non-hegemonic. It's not, nor is it Haroon. This appears to be crafted by the Semirathi, who I mentioned before, and it hasn't really been questioned what the Semirathi are, so I'm going to go ahead and tell you. There's a dwarvish society on Haroon that is like a dwarvish nation. They are very much a protective group of their own territories and establishments, and this battlement appears to be it's a dwarvish or Semirathi battlement. The weaponry that is present, and this is what Smalls you're able to determine, Twee also cross-checking and knowing a bit more about the firepower, you're able to determine that the weapons that they have are very long-range laser cannons. And you're pretty sure that they could definitely fire onto the region that you're going to. In fact, you're pretty certain that they set up the region that you're going to because it's like a perfect like fish in a barrel situation. It's down at the bottom of like a valley at the base of the mountain that we're talking about, which cascades down to where you're basically parking the ship. And you're pretty sure with the firepower they have, they could probably two-tap you and end your ship forever.
We might as well just stayed in the bar.
Hung out with the hegemony, all right?
Shit.
Yeah, but knowing that, like Smalls and Tweed, like together, kind of like discern it, yeah, you're pretty sure that this battlement and these laser cannons that are present here are a problem.
Ross, I'm hating this mission more and more.
It's okay. We got this. We are the best crew for this.
Remember, we're supposed to be going in peacefully. That was the whole point of my contact. I don't like to ruin relationships this quickly. So these long-range guns should only be for our safety. Hegemony can't get around here. We can't be worried. All we have to think is we gotta go talk to a woman and make $1,000 at minimum. Why who cares if they got big guns? What are you gonna do that those big guns are a problematic thing, boss?
Well, I mean, I didn't expect to get attacked at the bar either, to be fair.
And the other groups around us shot at them for us, so
that's true.
So I wouldn't look a big gun in the mouth.
Damn it.
Don't worry, we won't be close enough to see its mouth anyway.
I am okay. So you land. Again, we're gonna leave this up for now because there isn't a battle map for where we're actually going. The location you get there. You said you're getting there a little early, and you're doing some scans and checks while you're there. If you would like to kind of set up an understanding, like actually, let me ask you as a crew. The ship's docked, or not docked, but landed. If the needles pop out, it can kind of land in soft soil, as we've discussed. It's a all-terrain kind of lander. But once you're there, what is your goal in preparation? Like, what are you wanting to kind of accomplish in this?
Knowing of the big lasers, my only preparation is the oh shit escape. So like I want to set the ship up to where like as soon as we like oh crap we gotta run, we have the quickest route to get back into the ship and the what I can figure out is the safest way to try to pilot out without immediately getting shot down. Like I know it's gonna be hard and almost impossible with the guns that they have, but I'd like to at least have a oh shit plan for that.
That makes sense. Anybody have anything else they'd like to add an addendum?
nothing from me.
Don't piss them off.
What was that? Somebody said something. Nothing for me is what somebody said.
I said don't piss them off.
Okay, gotcha. Okay. So, with that, the next few, dozens or so minutes, because I'm assuming you arrived a bit early, kind of go through your plan. You have a pretty decent idea of trajectory. The escape plan as you have it, I think the best kind of understanding I can give you to kind of make sure you understand what I'm offering you is that if you can get on the ship really quick from where you're at just by standing close to your ship. But the thing that you're more so planning for is when you do take off, if you can evade quickly and then get to kind of ground where you're less shoot-outable. And I think that's a perfect kind of setup. You're parking the vehicle, engines facing, towards the laser cannons, hoping that the back ass end of the ship will be able to take more damage than the face of it. And then once you kind of like muster back onto the ship, it'll be like a straight fly into more rocky areas on the Spira and kind of like maneuvering into storm therein. Okay. So you wait a little while, and but
I apologize. A little bit of a. Is there any point where we would have been able to get another hacking tool between here and where we are now?
let's go ahead and pause for a second and rewind. So while you were at the docking area, if there's any purchases you would like to make, feel free to go ahead and do so. I'll go ahead and give you a couple seconds to do that while I set up a scene too.
I just want a hacking tool. That's all I need.
Yeah, again, everybody has a bunch of coin, and there are some items you can purchase for certain. So yeah, please, if you want to go ahead and do that, you had an opportunity to do so.
Yeah, I think I was running around when that happened.
Not a problem.
To set in the
Compendium. Yeah, you should be able to. If you click on the compendium at the very bottom, do you see where it says compendium browser?
Commercial.
Because the compendium browser will actually show you the costs right off the bat. So at the bottom of the compendium, there's a button that says compendium browser, and then there will be some tabs at the top. One of them says equipment, and if you click that bad boy, it'll give every single piece of equipment that's possible for purchase.
Yep, it does.
And then you can also inventory types toggle, like if you want weapons, armor, etc. And also, please keep in mind, I'm not super well aware of every single item that's in this game. I'm totally okay with you purchasing anything that's listed there, but I reserve the right to say that might not have been there if you would please just tell me what you're getting. And if it sounds like something that would be there for sure. Everything should be commercial grade. It should not be military or above.
A commercial hacking toolkit for 20 credits.
Awesome.
That's all I wanted.
Okay. The ship in question that comes to meet you when you are on the wait, and this is what I was having trouble with here, because I don't think I have the scene for the ship I wanted, and I'm mad about it, so I'm just going to go with ad hocery, because, I mean, that's what I do. The ship in question that you are seeing here, it is a cargo camel. It is not a crazy cool ship that's awesome and exceptional, and it definitely looks like it's seen some problems through its life. Cargo camels are a very simple craft. They have a twin ion engine set up on a simple wing mount, so they can do gravitational flight. I'm posting the picture of it, and slightly damaged, this one, as you can see. It lands before you, and out of the vehicle comes just one individual, Cambria. You were expecting to see others, but it is just the one. You're pretty certain that there are more people on the ship, but she's the only one that comes out. She'll walk out towards you. So, what does Steven want?
As far as I know, he'd like your presence. I guess he worded it as he'd like you to come back to him to help him, I assume.
My business with this group of individuals is almost concluded. Does he have a timetable as to when he wants me? Immediately, or is there leeway?
My mission was to convince you to come back. He didn't give me an immediate timetable, but given his dire circumstances of when I talked to him, I'd imagine it's immediately.
What trouble has he got himself into now?
He didn't say, but when I talked to him, he needed me to meet with him immediately, which I assumed was to come do this mission to talk to you, so I didn't pry any further. Wasn't my business.
And what was your name again?
Captain Ross. And I'll reach my hand out to shake her hand.
She'll kind of
if
just
we're like Close enough.
Yeah, you kind of cross the gap to do so, and she'll kind of stare at
Yep.
your hand, and then kind of look at your face. Pleasure. I assume you already have my name. And she does not take your hand. She does not shake your hand.
Yeah. I'll pull it back and be like, yep. It was in the information he gave me, so I knew who I was looking for.
I need a month. But if he's
Okay.
demanding otherwise, then I suppose I could forego my own desires and help him with his problem. But I'd rather not. Why should I go?
Well, I don't know people you're with. It wasn't my contact that got me here. Uh, but from what I hear, they seem pretty well defensed and pretty set up, so I don't imagine they're going anywhere
Making
unless a serious event happens.
making sure we understand the scene. Obviously, Ross came out to meet with her face to face. Based on historicals, that means that Twee is right out there as well. The drone is parked somewhere nearby with like an angle to make sure no one's kind of coming up in ambush or anything. Is that fair to say?
Mhm.
The other three, I have no idea what your processes would be, and you are definitely free individuals comparatively. So we'll start with, we'll go backwards this time. John, where's Esso?
He would be with them because he's interested uh in them,
Okay. Geem,
or they are interested in them.
and what about Geem?
I'd probably like back off to the side, playing around.
Near the loading ramp, but like close enough that you can hear
Yeah,
what's going on. Okay.
yeah.
And then Smalls. Huh?
With everything I said and all that stuff, I would probably still be near Geem. I'd still be pretty far back.
Okay. Just keep it back. If you see like, the face that you saw Broccoli high kicks pop out, you might move to the front, but this seems to be the meat that you've already, set up.
Yeah, everything is already set up and done for this. My job's kind of now to make sure the captain doesn't die.
Yeah. And the ship doesn't get exploded. So she'll say to you, if you want me to go with you right now, I want that. And she points at Esso.
Oh, that's so on brand.
It is.
He'll tilt his head the other way and say, "Unfortunately, ma'am, I'm not for sale."
Oh, sorry, I wasn't looking for sale, more exchange. Um, I go with you, you go with me.
So I stay where I am.
No, but also yes.
And he'll, with his hands behind his back, their hands behind their back, they'll walk up to them and he'll say, What are you after?"
I have fought the forebears with my own fists. I've sliced down hegemonic troopers with reckless abandon. I have seen the night beasts. I have graced the surface of the beast star myself. I have supped on the mists of Ashtari that come from it. You are not supposed to be here. You aren't supposed to exist. And yet you do. You are a relic that I handed over to the cult, and they seem to have made an abomination of it. I would like you to come with me so I can learn more of what you are.
I'm willing to offer being with you as long as you are within the captain's company, and he'll take one of their arms and outstretch it towards the captain.
She'll then kind of go ahead.
They saved me from I would not be here if it were not for them. I owe my life, I guess my being, to them.
You escaped the Church of the Flame.
I could not stand to be tormented anymore. They did unspeakable things.
She'll kind of like lightly move her head to the side, and you would hear in your head, which appears to be the message spell being cast by her, you would hear in your head, "I don't wish to hurt you, nor did I think that they would try to create you, and I'm sorry." She would look over to Captain Ross as you're formulating your response, and she would say, "Are you looking for anyone else on your crew?"
We've got plenty of beds.
Preferably one without anybody else in the same room. That's not an option. You're kind of like,
Now, technically, Game can sleep anywhere at all. I can sleep completely upside down, so you can give me a relax in one of the other options.
Game can bunk up with Smalls, and just two of them share a little more space so that she can have her own space, or...
See what you're gunning for here, Chandler, and I like it. I really do appreciate it. Smart. You can hang out with little yeah. So anyways, Bat Boy, like a little teddy bear. Look at, I mean, except for the fungus. I mean, obviously it's kind of gross. Although mushrooms could be cuddly. Anyway,
at least.
You say, "Yeah, we've got plenty of beds," and she says, "Preferably one without." And you kind of like go, "Okay," kind of like nodding but not sure. And she'll say,
Yeah.
"One moment," and she'll turn and she'll walk towards the ship. She enters
Did
back.
you want me to
Go ahead.
respond to them?
What did you want to say?
Oh, I was just gonna say I got lost it.
No worries. I didn't see. Go ahead if you got it or no.
I was gonna say something along the lines of, I didn't wish to be created, yet I was, and I'm here, and I am going to make the most of it.
Her reply is simple, but the weight of it, I think, sits with everybody. Although they don't hear it, only you do. She replies, I didn't either.
He just nods.
And she'll, go ahead.
What else do you say to that?
Yeah, right. Just nodding. But yeah, there's obviously some sort of like way shenanigans going on, from what everybody can detect. But she'll kind of leave after she says, "One moment," go back onto her ship, or the ship she came in on, rather. Then she'll kind of descend back down. This time she has a satchel bag, and she appears to be holding a couple of items she wasn't holding before, on her belt area. One of which does appear to be a way conduit, similar in styling to the one that Captain Ross has. She'll strike out towards you and says, "What's the name of your ship?" And you'll see that the cargo camel at that moment, the ion engines are flaring up, and it's basically lifting off and moving away.
He's named the Longhorn.
The Longhorn. Harun, right?
Indeed.
An interesting circumstance to be sure. And she seems to be just walking past you, not really asking for permission. Looks like she's walking towards the ship like she owns it.
Yeah.
which I think
Start
also on brand.
yeah, for sure. I'll definitely I'll start heading back and telling everybody to wrap up and go back to the ship.
Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and move us back to the ship. Or try to. Activate. And for some reason, the token for her is not working properly. So, for the time being, her token is going to be a square, just a very small version of her picture. Because apparently, I am hated. And. Or is it going to. Hold on. Oh no, it's going to be worse. I gotta change that. It was about to be just Steven. Oh, that's too funny. Let's see what it does. Okay. And it says it's chemical Steve. This is Sun. I'm gonna try. While I'm trying to fix
I
that.
have the
Go ahead.
Chemical Stewart.
What were you gonna say, Brett?
I was gonna say, I have the same problems with Foundry. Blonde Cronus's character, when I made it for him, I misspelled his name, and then I went back and fixed it. But every time he posts in a chat, it pulls up the misspelling. He's like, "Why is it still there?" I was like, "I swear I fixed it."
I've almost got it. They. Oh, this is gonna look goofy as hell, I think. But I'm here for it. That's fine.
That works.
She's here.
Damn, she thick.
She's so big. Why is she so big?
She's 20 by 20. Goddamn.
See if I can make her a bit smaller. There we go. Okay.
There it is.
So she's present.
Yeah.
And when she gets into the ship and kind of moves, she'll immediately ask where she's going to be staying. Take this moment, an opportunity to kind of situate where her bedroom will be.
Yeah. Assuming we're going with the Smalls and Geem bunking up.
So Smalls is
I would
leaving
point
his
Yeah,
bed chambers. Yeah. So she'll immediately go to her bunk or her room that she's given. And Smalls, you kind of show her around. And she's very curt and courteous, but just very, like, you know, almost like
matter
Yeah.
of fact, to the point.
she's very. It's almost she's like she's dismissive of you as you are like a servant to her. Is the vibe like you work in an industry where that would be a feeling you would get on the norm, but it feels weird coming from her in this specific situation. But you kind of just like let it go. But it seems like she's almost dismissive of your presence, and not like she should understand that you're basically giving up your room that was kind of mentioned in front of her, but it doesn't seem like she gives a shit. Like you're the help, and she's like, thank you so much, and she'll close the door like with an immediate like. And if you have any the door closes in your face. She's a bitch.
Okay.
I don't think Lark would mind me saying that. I hope she wouldn't mind me saying that, and I'm sorry if she does. But she's got an attitude. You return back to the core section, and you guys are all together now. What other planning or things that you'd like to engage in? It's up to you. We're definitely ending a little earlier because you took the non-violent option, which was great.
Yeah. Well, the only thing I could think of would be to notify Steven, through a secure channel that we have Cambria with us.
Okay.
Well, Ross, I was wrong. That was easier than expected.
Well, I am gonna say I think SO did a lot of the work for this one, and Smalls. They definitely carried the job on their backs.
I just know a lot of degenerates, and they kind of spread throughout the galaxy.
It's fair, yeah.
The
Is she in the? Is she in the room?
No, she went to her bunk. So for somebody who's just going to be taking a light trip over to a place that's like maybe half an hour's flight, if that, away from where you're at, she has taken a bunk, and she says she's going to be a part of your crew. So I want to make sure you understand the situation. You're not depositing her.
Yeah.
She said she's staying for the witch warper.
I will say to the crew. I'll just say to. I guess I'll say at Ross. He'll lean over because he realizes that he can't make a glance at people, and they'll say they are powerful, sir. I would make sure that we make any accommodation they need that we can possible.
Anything that don't upset you, I'm happy to do. You were here first. You'll be here last.
That's ominous as hell.
I don't know how to respond to that, sir, but okay.
It's also like it's ominous as hell, like words, but he's saying it with like a very, very like dumbass grin is the best way I can describe it. Kind of like he's saying it with a certain meaning in mind, and he just assumes everybody else is gonna get it, not realizing the words are not the way he's imagining everybody else is gonna get it.
Yeah.
He thinks he said something so nice, and we're just like,
I'm-
In his brain, he said
I'm
that, a
literally-
banner popped down, everybody's like, best captain ever, oh my god!
In his mind, but then
I'm
it didn't happen. He was like, "Wait, what?"
Literally just say, be cautious. He's just like, I'm the fucking best captain.
The best
I'm
captain.
questioning my choices here, questioning everything.
It's been years. It's too late to turn around and go back.
Esso would be sighing if he could.
The reply back from Chemical Steven, because obviously secure channel is kind of more of like a text message kind of deal. You get it back, and it says, "You've got a hold of her. She's willing to come back."
The reply would be, she's very interested in Esso. Took a room in our ship. I don't know if that means she's here to help or if she's going to be with us till she studies Esso.
Okay, let's meet the location. I'll send over the details. It's not too far from where you were docked before, but try and dock at the specific dock. Seems that there were some people who were interested parties in your takeoff. And you'd basically be given details on where to kind of go. The interior center portion, you kind of fly in over the top and then drop down and kind of get docked into like we discussed last time. The dock that he's talking about is on the outside, and it's actually below the cloud line and kind of down further closer to the earth. And it seems like it's a much seedier kind of meet point. But you go, and it doesn't take you very long to get there. By the time you're like within eye shot of it from viewer scans, Cambria will actually make her way onto the bridge of the ship. It does look like she's kind of discarded a lot of her accoutrement. She's not wearing the hood and cloak. She's just, in her very tight red leather outfit. And she walks in and says to kind of just the air, not really directed at anybody. She says, "Are we meeting with Steven?"
Would be the goal.
Well, let's find out what his problem is. I hope you don't mind accompanying me and helping him with his situation.
Shouldn't. As long as it's not like a, super, like, all your party's gonna die.
Well, I've gone through a couple of those myself because of Steven, so she'll sigh and kind of walk over, and everyone's kind of standing, like, or in their seats, and she seems to take this seat specifically here. Like, she takes it, and it didn't really feel like to anybody that this was like a captain seat or a position of power or like a throne in a throne room. But when she sits in it, it does feel like the attention kind of like moves to her for whatever reason. She'll kind of start playing on the data tablet on the table there. It doesn't look like she's looking for anything in specific. It looks like she's just kind of passing the time. In those last few minutes before you kind of dock up, is there anything anybody wants to talk to Cambria about?
I guess Esso would.
Okay. She'll look at you with interest as you kind of sit down with her.
They'll cross their legs and he'll put his arms like, or his hands like he is in the character art. Just say, well, do you care to elaborate on what you mentioned before?
Your creation? Of course. I found your core located on a planet in the Dracia system. It was a piece of artifice that I thought would be a considerably notable relic for my former church. I still have dealings with them. The closest...
Why?
Why do I still have dealings with them?
Yes.
Guidance and assistance. I understand it that the individuals who put you in your current frame and effectively created you are probably not the ideal representatives of the Church of the Stellar Flame. I don't care to rectify your apprehensions or observations regarding the Church. I don't mind if you hate them or not. That's your will. But I do... Go ahead.
They tortured me.
Undoubtedly so. You must understand from their perspective you are a thing, not a it or a they.
I should ask, do you, seeing me before you, do you believe I am a thing now? Do I seem like a thing?
The issue with my perspective on things is I see all as one. The flame burns. We are all but embers. Some embers glow brighter than others. Some embers are worth noting. Some are dangerous. Some are beautiful. Some bring great warmth. Some bring great pain. The importance of the flame is that it burns. My decisions in life have led me to where I am. One of those decisions was relinquishing the relic to the parish, thinking that they would be best served in learning the most about the poor. You. Unfortunately, my guidance to them was not observed. It was not my intent to give you. But now that it has been done, that is irrevocable, and you cannot be terminated to restore the core to what it was. You would have been changed. Well, rather, the core is no longer the core, it is you.
How long ago did you give them to me? I would let you know I am the fifth what am I trying to say? Fuck.
iteration?
Iteration. Thank you. Thank you. I'm the 5th iteration of this.
I believe the iteration that you contemplate here may be language that was left over from the church. I'm assuming that you mean to say that your core is the 5th iteration in this Urbot's body. Is that fair to say?
I am unable to answer that question.
Urbots are a very potent vehicle for cores. The were a very technologically advanced being. The forebears were able to put the hearts and minds, the knowledge of ages into these cores. Left as their own and unactivated, it's more a repository than a activated entity or intelligence. Once activated, however, deactivation is akin to murder. And unfortunately, that is why you still exist. I don't think that they would have deactivated you, knowing full well that the information that is within your core would be more readily activated while you were sentient. It's my assumption that the parish's goals, despite my warnings otherwise, were to activate you and pry the information from you at their own whim. The torture you experienced. Did it mainly have to do with the core itself?
This isn't the first body my core has inhabited, no. They tried a bigger model, a slightly less bigger model, and eventually the model you see me in now.
So then your 5th iteration was the bodies that they have placed the core in, and not vice versa. Strange. Usually Urbots are very durable, and typically aren't so readily discarded. It seems whatever they were doing in process to you was quite severe.
Unfortunately, all I remember is the mental strain, as most would put it, of the
Due to your limitations in your knowledge as to what happened to you, and also their motivations, the only pathway I could see forward is that we go to the parish itself and glean this information from the lips of those that did it.
In what manner would that be?
She laughs a bit. She reaches towards her belt and then places a cylindrical object onto the table. The item she places onto the table, Geem, are you near here, or is that just your token being hanging out?
I'll be there.
You recognize it as something that's not too different from what you recovered the focus crystal from. It appears to be a light blade, and not too dissimilar from your own kind of power set. You understand that the woman who now sits before you is herself also a Solarian.
I won't set up anything now. Um, and the light blade's lame. You got gauntlets.
What?
I said light blade's lame. I got gauntlets.
Yes, I was going to say it. Say it louder.
Yeah.
Do you say that in character?
Yes.
She kind of looks over at you. And just kind of like dismissive, just kind of glare. Then kind of looks back to Esso. We would take it by force.
They will glance at the ground and they'll look back up, and if the captain is willing, I am ever more willing.
Then I have only one person to persuade. We will deal with this matter regarding Chemical Stephen, and then we will discuss what we wish to do regarding this parish and their machinations regarding your generation. The ship kind of cuts to the exterior, descending down, moving through the rain down towards this landing pad where the spines kind of pop down, collectively landing down on this landing pad. The ramp descends down. Ross, you're piloting, but very quickly kind of get up. Cambria has already made her way to the back end of the ship, I'm assuming Esso in tow. And Geem probably not far behind. Twee, you and the captain and Smalls, after making sure that the ship's landing and everything has been perfected and like there's no issues, descend down as well. Entering into the space because this docking pad is actually on the exterior, so a bit of rain, you're kind of rushing into the panel like door and entering into the space. You would find that you're in kind of like an open warehouse area. Doesn't look like there's anything in here besides like a mech that's used for like kind of like a power loader from the movie Aliens, and that's pretty much it. And also a chemical Steven. He sees you, smiling, looks at Cambria. Great. Perfect. Okay. The real reason you're here. And he smiles at Cambria, and she looks at him with kind of like a, like just a very kind of like typical bullshit. And he looks over at Ross and says, I need you to take me and her up to the Raven Star. And that is where we'll end the session for tonight. Thanks for watching those that did. And next session, we'll go through the job and the planning. And then we will eventually deal with the rating of the Raven Star. See you next... Well, actually, do we have any issues for next Tuesday? I think there was somebody that said... Or is this a different... Yeah. So we will either be taking off next week, or we will be... I think, honestly, with the narrative as it stands, we can't go on without John. Yeah, I think we'll
we
have
definitely need SO for sure.
We'll have to do.
I'm sorry.
No, it's okay.
I'm sorry. The lake
you're
is
good,
calling,
buddy.
and I must.
You're
The
good.
lake is
Thank
calling,
you,
and I must go.
Totally fine. Vacation. Again, we understand summer is usually a hard one. Winter's also another time where scheduling conflicts take place. We will then probably see a Tomb of Fate game in this slot next week, and we'll see you in 2 weeks then out. I think. Let me just double check the calendar, make sure I'm not falling in line here with anything that might be. So the 7th we're out, 14th we're back, 21st we're back, 28th we might be good, but it might be Gen Con preparation time. I know that Gen Con doesn't technically take place until the 29th, but yeah, we'll see. Depends on how everybody's feeling. Okay, catch you then, and ciao for now.